Hello and welcome to this next tutorial in making our game in Pygame and Python. So we're starting to get a good game together, but it would be nice to have the beginnings of a high score table, or at least get the high score displayed to the screen when the game ends. So we're going to start doing that in today's tutorial. So first we're going to make another subroutine. I'm going to call it high scores because this is where we'll end up with our high score table being printed. Now the first step is obviously getting our last score displayed on the screen before moving forward. So the first thing we're going to do is make sure we're passing score in here as a parameter so that we can make use of it inside our subroutine, and then we're going to join the actual score got within the game to the text your score was, and note there's a little space here to make sure when it's displayed back on the screen, it's displayed neatly. The next thing we want to do, we want to fill the screen with white so that we can display our text, sort of on a white background rather than on top of all the game elements. So we're going to do screen.fill_white. Next we're going to need a font, and we're going to need to choose some colours for our font. So we're going to do that in the next couple of lines of code. So let's get those written in. So here we make our font, and again we're using Free Sans Bold. I've got the space, the size of it here at 45, and then we're going to create our text object, and we're going to have the score written on there, the string score, which will now include our actual score plus the text we've put here, and then we're going to have our foreground and background colours. Next, as we've done before several times, we're going to make a rectangle object. We're going to set where we're going to put it on the screen, and then we're actually going to blip that to the screen itself. So 3 lines of code will do the job for that. So first we make our rectangle, then we find the center of it, and this is, if you remember, will display our text towards the center of the screen because we've got a screen which is 700 by 500, so 350 by 250, half of that to get that towards the center. Then we're going to blit it to the screen so it'll actually appear, and we've got the text here and the rectangle to put it on. We're going to flip the screen just to update it, and then we are going to use time.sleep just so that we've got it on the screen for 3 seconds before we go back to the main menu. So that's it, that's our subroutine written. The only thing we have to do now, of course, is call it. So we'll generally want the high score displayed when we've kind of finished the game. So again, it makes sense to call the function down here. So if we've crashed, then the game's finished because we've crashed into the truck, car's blown up now. Then we're going to go to the high scores screen, and we're going to pass it the current score that we've got in the game to be printed to the screen. Then we're going to call the game over function, and then we're going to wait for 2 seconds and end the game basically. So there we have it. That is our game updated with our new code. Let's see how that looks. So here we have our game, and if we play it, as you can see, everything still works nicely. However, now we get our score written to the screen nice and big. We go to the game over screen, and then we get the option either to quit or play again. We play again, and say we get a score of 2. That will then get displayed to the screen as well. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.